We learned that the word spirituality means quality of spirit, and we have accepted that that spirit that we are talking about is part of man himself, man being tripartite, a body, a mind and a spirit. So, how do we know we have a spirit? A good question to ask and a good question to answer for today. How do I know I have a body? I say I have a body because it functions. I move, I eat, I do all kinds of things that show the functioning of the body. If I were paralyzed from my neck downwards and I kept on shouting, I have a great body, people would think I'm weird because it doesn't function. But when it functions, I'm fine to say I have a body. The same is true of the mind. Because the mind functions, I understand, I have attitudes, I have emotions, all these things that make up the mind, then I know that I have a functioning mind. How do I know I have a functioning spirit? Let me suggest to you a way of knowing that. Take a look at your life somewhere in the past, and not once but maybe several times you've had this feeling or you've had this experience whereby for no apparent logical reason you are filled with a sense of joy and happiness. But when you went to see why or where did this come from, there was no proper reason. For example, you're sitting watching the sun going down, and suddenly, for no apparent reason, you're filled with a sense of joy. Well, the sun goes down every day. How come only now you have this feeling of joy and happiness? And that happens in so many different ways. You're walking on the street, you hear this bit of music floating in from somewhere, and suddenly you're filled with this feeling of joy. Where does that come from? Because that is not sensory, nor is it from the mind. So where is it coming from? May I suggest that that is the part of the functioning of your spirit. We learn about the functioning of the spirit from the word worship, which is made from two words put together, worth plus ship. Worship, something that carries a lot of worth in it. And this is what worship is. We find ourselves doing something in worship, and that is, we find ourselves bowing down before something without even realizing it. And then, as a result of that bowing down, we feel a sense of joy. And this is the physiology of worship. Bowing down to something bigger than ourselves, and as a result, feeling a sense of joy. And that is what worship is all about, feeling that sense of joy. The problem with this human understanding of worship is that we are quite adept at making our own gods. There are so many things that we bow down before that give us a feeling of joy. Food, drink, person, place, money, fame, power, you name it, we can bow down before it. And so, this morning, as we look at the word worship and spirituality together, let us start recognizing in ourselves the amazing number of gods that we can make for ourselves, that we can bow down before. And start thinking, do I really want this God in my life? Here's Rohini Virathan saying, have a great day working this out for breakthrough today.